Hello and welcome to China for the last World Cup of the year. Apologies about the earlier technical difficulties. We are now back in action, and as you can see, we are underway for the semi-finals. 26 athletes have made it this far, and we're looking for just 8 to get through to tomorrow's finals. Felipe Ho is joining me in the commentary box, athlete from Brazil. He's just popped down to watch some of the action while we were sorting out those problems, so hopefully he'll be with me in a couple of minutes. Lutka Rakovic, as you can see the score on the back, on the right of your screen. Lutka is coming up into second place now, 24. Manon Healy got 28 plus earlier on. Great work from her. Katja Debovitz, Zululo, the hometown hero, has climbed 19 plus fairly early from her, so not probably going to make it into tonight's finals, but we shall see. And we are just watching a replay of Philip Martin here as he crossed through. A bit of a wild swing from him, came down to finish off his climb. So yes, if you're just joining us, we're in Wujiang in China. Haven't been back here since 2019. A brief 4-year gap in proceedings, but it's nice to be back here in China, watching all of the action. And we have got a lot of action coming up for you. Speed finals later on this evening, and then tomorrow, Sunday evening, Chinese time, we have the finals for the men and women. As you can see, Sebastian Helenke snuck into the semi-finals in last place. We're currently standing on the top spot. Good work from him. I saw him in the hotel this morning, had a little chat, and he told me he'd slept well, so clearly that good sleep is paying off on the wall. And we are a couple of athletes into our semi-final. So once more, apologies about those earlier technical difficulties. We are back in action now. So if you're watching wherever you are in the world, I hope you're enjoying the final World Cup of the year. I can't believe it's come to this. We have, of course, got a few Olympic qualifying events to come, so the IFSC action doesn't stop. But in terms of World Cups, this is it, your last chance to I think so too. Yeah, the head wall hasn't been touched yet.
Yeah.
Hannah is resting well in that position. The athletes get 6 minutes to do these routes. We haven't got a clock on screen, but they'll be told if they're timed out.
Yeah, while they rest, usually they try to look look down to see if they have time.
And time management can be hard.
Yeah, time management and pacing.
Because you don't want to go too fast and rush, but at the same time, if you're trying to finish the route, you know, well, we've seen it this season where things get really tight.
Yeah. Like the best scenario is when you can literally use the whole 6 minutes and then you recover and kind of climb in a correct pace.
Yeah, top out for the last few seconds, like
Yeah.
a hero. Yeah, I say top out because it's a sort of outdoor way of saying it, but the end of the route is indicated by a hold, and you have to clip the last quick draw. And you have to clip all the quick draws in the route as you go in sequence. You can't miss them out. You can't clip them in a strange order. They have to be in sequence.
Yeah, it's so heartbreaking when someone skips a draw and then
It's the
they
worst.
are, yeah.
Oh, and we've seen it happen this year a few times.
Yeah.
So. Heartbreaking. Hannah has heavily taped up shoulders, and I'm not sure she'll be loving this sequence with that. She does fall quite low for her, down on 19.
Yeah, that here is hard for who is like shorter, I think.
We can see so many athletes on 19 plus.
Yeah.
So a bit of we're working out where the cruxes are. So we've got that early crux for the men when they transition into the blue section, and this was Martin's fall. So he got the heel in. I think he wanted to bring his toe in, maybe onto the jib. The
I think so. Yeah, that could be a good idea.
The heel just didn't look great. This was a move, yeah, Alexander fell on as well. See, to me, I thought that was quite a positive crimp, but the fact they're all rolling off it with the heel suggests it's more slopey.
I think so. Yeah, it's not too much in cut.
Because otherwise you'd sort of commit to it and the heel would grab and bite into the edge.
I think how he's rotated is also awkward to place the heel in the correct way, and that's why everybody's slipping. But it could be related also for the fact that they are really pumped.
Yes, that's true.
And they're rushing.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah, it's about halfway up that women's wall. Martin Wujiang in white from Slovenia is ready, and Lynn van der Meer, who's having a really great season and a good competition for her, qualifying in for the semis about midway through. They walk onto the stage, air climbing as well. What are they doing, Philippe? Describe this, that hand movement.
Yeah, they are basically reading all the sequence of the movements, so they make sure they're going to do no mistakes. And well, we're here dealing with efficiency. Who climbs more efficient gets more chance to get into the top. So that's what they're trying to kind of organize in their minds, I think.
Yeah, because they got a chance to see it. They then go back to isolation and they try to remember it. But that moment when they see it again, they're just trying to figure out the sequence.
Exactly.
Martin launches up. There is a fairly tricky move for the men. They're making it look easy, but the far right jib on the red circle.
True.
It's quite a hard move.
One thing that sometimes we don't give enough attention for climbers is that their memory has to be so good.
Yeah.
Like, also the strategy to like think properly during the stress. This is one of the like thing I think I have to work more a bit. You know, like this memorization part. But it's really interesting how
it's definitely underrated. Isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. And how much of that is experience? So the more World Cups you do you get better at it, or do you try to learn how to do it?
I think you gotta be exposed to that during training. It can't be like a new thing in the comp. You gotta be used to it since you're young, I think.
All right, Martin bumps out with the right hand. This is the part of the route that starts to burn the athletes out. He's got a heel, and most people going with the toe there.
Yeah. He's taller than most people too.
Yeah, true. Now he's got the toes in. And yeah, but that was a good way, instead of like releasing the toes quickly.
You mash toes and then change it.
Yeah. And you can see the tendons and muscles standing out on his forearm, showing how much he's working there. Lynn has the heel in, does that wrap with the left hand. Hits the tick mark perfectly with the other hand.
Nice work from Martin there. He's climbing really, really fast.
I can't wait to see if he is totally right, and I don't think he's going to be able to do this knee bar.
The knee bar, yeah. Maybe, probably not.
Sometimes rests like that are almost instinctual. I mean, he wants it in, doesn't he? He kind of looked down.
He's psyched.
Oh, wow, that's a different resting position from him. Good calf strength required to do that. But he might have got himself all wrapped up here. He's just on crimps, no feet. Oh, he has an opposite knee bar.
Yeah, let's go.
That's really cool. Everyone else getting the left knee in and him getting it's not a good position to rest in, but he'll get something.
It's super uncomfortable, especially with the how steep it is, the wall in this part.
And then you can see a better angle of it, that knee pressed in. The athletes are not allowed to wear knee pads against the regulations, so they have to commit some skin to the hold sometimes.
Yeah.
Lin bumping that left hand over, now matches, drops back down to grab the rope. And Martin in full hug mode as he grabs the big yellow volume. His forearms in action, you feel he's used his face if he could.
That was a good work for him.
This is moving towards a high point.
Oh.
Crimp sends him down.
Let's see here. Oh, I like how she readjusts the hand to. Oh, it didn't work in the end, but it was looking good.
Yeah, it was looking good.
That hold better than the other climbers, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. And it's so that is a hard move, and it's every time an athlete's fallen, it's the heel rolling off it.
Yeah.
Let's watch Martin again. He's very involved with this. Look at the forearm pressing. Hit the crimp, almost held it.
This jib it was so bad. It's kind of sloper too. This black one he felt.
Tough work from him, and this was Lin's fall, that heel popping. I think it's the angle of it as well, because they're rocking up on the heel, and that puts a lot of sort of sideways pressure as they're moving upwards as well.
It requires a lot of like external rotation of the leg.
Yeah.
So you have to be really, really flexible to do that as well, and like engage the muscles. Because if you're restricted in the mobility, you can't really engage what you should.
See there with the scoreboard, she jumps up to 5th position due to that countback that we mentioned earlier on. So good work from Lin. Just the top 8 we're looking for, but some big names to come. We have 13 climbers coming out in the beginning, and then a bit of a hold cleaning break where a route setter will go up the wall and clean the holds, and then we'll have our last 13 before working out the final scores. If you're just joining us, my name is Matt Groom, joined by Felipe Ho from Brazil here in the commentary box. First time for Felipe.
Yes, I'm really happy to be here.
I'm excited. I've wanted you in the commentary box quite a while because you have an interesting style, and it is great to have a climber from Brazil as well, which is just it's great. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Taking time out of watching the competition. All right, next couple are ready. Valerie Kremer on the left from Israel, only Israeli athlete to make it through to the semi-finals. And Nicolas Collin from Belgium walks on.
Yeah, I've been training with Nicolas a few days in Innsbruck, and he was really putting some work on, so I'm psyched to see him in the semi-finals.
Did you spend a lot of time in Europe during that sort of European leg of the World Cups?
Yeah, I think I spent only a month in Brazil this year. I've been traveling so much. I spent like 3 months in Europe training and competing as well.
It's hard, isn't it, being away from home? And I think a lot of the Asian athletes, well, they obviously really enjoy coming over to their side of the world. It's certainly easier in terms of jet lag.
Yeah.
I think it's probably pretty deserved considering how much time they've gone. There is Dimitri down on the left, IFSC photographer for this event, and those photos can be seen on the IFSC Instagram page, his Instagram, and of course Flickr, so go and check that out if you want to see some really cool shots from him. Nicolas shaking out early on. And Valerie breathing hard there. You can hear her on our microphones as she takes a moment to rest as well. Nicolas slowly unleashes that toe, gets a heel in. It's interesting, it does seem to be moving between restful positions. Not resting, but restful.
Yeah.
Hard to do. Well, it's quite bouldery, both routes. And Valerie is swinging around all over the place. Needs to get some feet on, which she does now. He reaches up and makes the clip. Now, those blue crosses, we should talk about them because, Felipe, what do they indicate?
The blue crosses means that the athletes must clip the quick draw from the position the first crosses, so they don't skip it and then get in danger position to clip.
Yeah, we don't want them going too far and something considered dangerous in certain positions. I'm not quite sure what happened to Valerie there. I don't know if she got caught up in the rope or if it was just a fall.
I think so, yeah.
Hopefully we'll get a replay of that. Oh, Nicholas, pinch strength from him as he swings his legs out. Powerful on these crimps now.
Let's see if he finds the rest position with the knee bar.
Yeah, there it is coming up. And Martin Stranek, confirmation there. He moves up to the top spot, 34 plus, same as Sebastian, but Countback making that. Yeah, he looked straight away in, but not
quite
Not
there.
quite, and he almost slips down out of it. Well, he doesn't use it.
So getting creative again. Nice.
That is a crazy looking move. So his right heel is in and his left toe, and he's upside down.
It's like a different type of bicycle.
I don't think he would have planned that. I think that's something that he felt in the moment.
He's improvising for sure.
Yeah. A great work from Nicholas Colan. Really spectacular as he hangs there. But it's not as calm as it looks. That you can see how hard his legs are working, especially. He's got very soft shoes on, so and you can see how much he's having to curve the feet down. A big scream as he slaps up with the left hand. I love this about his climbing.
Yeah, Nico has the best power sprinter. That's really sick.
The crowd responding as you heard
High
there.
point for him.
It's fun to watch. I love a bit of power screaming. And he's near the head wall. He's moving up into first position. 36 for him. Still screaming. He's going to need another scream. Well, he gave it everything, didn't he?
Yeah. Nothing left on the tank. That's the best, like, for you to like leave the route and feeling like you left it all.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the belay just came over to him. I think he was making sure he's all right. Oh, that was the heel.
The heel slip.
Ooh, early fall then. Let's watch this last moment from Nicholas once more. Reached up to the crimp. I don't think he was screaming there. He was screaming then, though. And yeah, the belay now helping undo the knot, which will have locked up underneath that fall. And he had 3 minutes 30 on the clock left, as you can see there on your screen. Emmanuel Healy's still on the top spot on the 28 pluses, a few in the 24s, and then we move down towards that 19 plus crux move with the heel. Got a tricky route so far. And then for the men, Nicholas Colan, we just watched him, 37 plus, way out in front.
These routes are long.
Yeah, they are long. And in the finals, they could be even longer. I mean, look how much room's on the right of the wall as well. So the setters could have a really good time. Right, a young man who has come from the youth scene from Germany, Yannick Nagel on the right. And on the left, Anon Matsufuji walks on as well.
He got second in youth this year, eh?
He did really well, yeah. He reminded me that we did a pull-up video together where I was asking him trivial questions whilst he was trying to do pull-ups, which I'd completely forgotten about. We did this video back in Dallas. So he's game for anything. Definitely one to watch. And it's a good competition, this, isn't it? Because it's the last World Cup of the year, some athletes are choosing to miss it for various reasons, and it's in China, which is a long way. But it gives people like Yannick a chance to show how good they are.
That's true.
So Anon gets underway. Quick climbing up to the first set of crimps for her. It does look like a face, that. 2 eyes and a nose. And this is the move I was trying to talk about with the men. It's left crosser and then way out to the right, which is quite powerful. He has got an intermediate crimp he could use, but
little excitation for him. Especially.
Yeah, there is a big difference between the youth world and the senior world, just in terms of pressure.
Yeah,
it feels different out there.
I think so, and also like, in like personal opinion, like I felt like in the youth, people are much more competitive because of how they manage their feelings, I think. And that's something that is not happening in the senior category.
Interesting. So you think it's more pressure? And more
I think so. Yeah. Since you're younger, you don't really manage pretty good your emotions.
That's true. Yeah.
I saw a lot more people like getting frustrated with pursuits than in the senior.
Yeah, I think maybe you just learn how to deal with it differently.
Yeah.
He's dealing with it well right now. Big move for Anon there. She bumps out to the flatty. Now does the wrap. Lots of support from Japanese coaches down at the front, who will be, I'm sure, looking forward to a break in the season as we near the end of this packed year. Big move up with the pinches for Yannick.
I'm glad they're like using the blocks for the boats, but still worried about the ones that are not blocked. I don't want to see anyone stepping on any boats today.
Yeah, I agree.
That'll be heartbreaking.
Yeah, usually if they're not covered, it's because there's no real chance of the athlete standing on them, but I know what you mean. I'd like them all covered as well, but sometimes budgets and restrictions and time also, because it takes a long time to screw them all in.
Sure.
Right,
good work for her.
Yeah, she's looking really strong here. She's got the heel hook move to come. And Yannick hasn't got a knee bar in yet. I don't think he's seen it, but he's got that right foot right underneath his body.
Yeah, he's like kind of jammed. Oh, that's a good position to rest too. Okay.
Yeah, that heel locked.
Oh, damn. Maybe rushing a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. I think he had more to give. And on as well goes down, presumably on the heel hook move. So she will be jumped up towards 5th place because of that, if she fell on at 19 plus. And Yannick on the traverse sequence halfway through. So last athlete out before the cleaning break. Let's watch this again. We missed it on camera, so she got the heel in. Watch that left heel, just straight off. As she was adjusting as well.
That heel is tricky, man.
Yeah, it looks it. And not a move I spotted as being a particularly sort of stopping move as well. So interesting stuff. The setters will be down, learning what they can from this route. Of course, they have the plan for the finals in their head, but they can make adjustments to that, depending on how the athletes are feeling and if everyone is struggling on certain moves.
Yeah, it's really hard to balance the level of everyone. Because I also like different starting lists, so they have to also look at it and decide which grade the route should be.
Yeah, and it depends on who registers as well. And there were a lot of athletes registered for this event who decided not to come.
Exactly, that's tricky.
Yeah, and then you've also got Imori and Serato, so you have to set for everyone. Right, two Slovenians stand next to each other. Sarah Chopper on the left-hand side, Andrzej Pehak on the right. And she's coming back from a pretty nasty ankle injury in the boulder season. He fought through that. He's now fully recovered, of course, but that showed me how much determination that man has. He was literally at one point, like he couldn't walk, and yet he put the crutches down, put his climbing shoes on and tried to compete for a while. So he's got grit.
Yeah.
Sarah Chopper is another one to watch for the future. She's young, but she's up and coming and very, very good within that Slovenian team. She has that look at the B-layer you were talking about.
Yeah. That brings a lot of confidence for us, I think.
And as well starts his climb into the crimps. Positive moves between those sequences there. And then Sarah reaches up above her head, finds the crimp. It has got a tick mark. I haven't seen that before. It is, I guess, fairly blind when they're standing underneath.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people like looking over to see if the crimp was good or not.
Right, how is she going to do this move over to the right? We've seen a few different methods. She's going to go for this swing, I think. So
good
big
grab
move.
for Angie.
Yeah, he's powerfully bumping those hands. Gets the heel in. Switches to a toe for the release.
Good work.
Yeah, he's looking good, isn't he? And Sarah as well was easily through that first power sequence for the women. Oh, that move, though, makes my shoulders hurt. Big unwind for the athletes, and a huge drop knee for him to get the clip in. Almost lost that right foot, it popped a little. That's some crazy flexibility as well.
Yeah, crazy.
So much going on in the semi-final. Interesting routes. I'm enjoying this. Anze almost dynamically got the knee bar in and then couldn't quite fit in the box, I don't think.
He also is trying the heel hook.
Oh yeah, it's locked in, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's having to sit on it. You can see how awkward it is. It's only a shakeout position.
That looks like a struggle.
Yeah, he's really fighting, isn't he? Goes feet first through the next section. Not much there, though. I think he's in trouble here. Wraps the right hand under.
Nice. Hopefully it works. He was really climbing like flowy. Oh.
He was looking so good until he tied himself into a knot, really, trying to get through there. This is the move. Yes, from Sarah. I think it's just a power thing. I think if you half go for it, you slide off. If you fully commit, it's better.
Yeah, I think so. You can't do midterm.
No. Oh, good work from Sarah. So we see another athlete through, but that was all she could do.
I don't know if she could clip from there.
Good point. Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe she could. She had to clip before. Yeah, she had to clip before.
Okay, next one's throw out. No, cleaning break. So let's watch this again. This is where he started to just kind of get all tangled up in himself with the heel hooks and knee bars. Just got in his own way. And Sarah tried to match the sloper here, which is a nasty hold. There is a jib underneath. You could
maybe flip that right hand.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll have a couple of minutes break here. So the setters now will go up the wall, clean the holds up to the point where the athletes have got to. With 26 athletes going through, a lot of chalk, dust and dirt hits those holes. They become more slippery. We want as fair a playing field as possible for the athletes. But Nicolas Colin leading the way, 37 plus for him. And Felipe, let's have a little chat, shall we, about Brazilian climbing while we wait in this moment. So obviously, you were telling me great outdoor climbing. And in terms of development of the sport in Brazil, you were saying there's a lot of investment going on. So support from the government and from the federations.
Yeah, we've been supported by the Olympic Brazilian Committee. So we are now raising our training center, looking for also the next generation to be part of it and have more and more opportunities. But also, like, outdoor climbing is just crazy. It's a lot to climb, and it's hard to get good conditions, but you always have. Like, if you look into the right window of time, then yes.
Yeah, there's that famous climb, isn't there, up towards the statue, multi-pitch, right in the heart of Rio. Well, we're watching some shots from earlier on, and you might have missed this if you were joining us, so this is a good chance to check out where the athletes were. This is Stefan Schretz. He bumped the left hand. Interesting sequence.
Yeah.
And then Manon Healy, she climbed second. Big move over the lip. Held it for a moment. Oh. Jinbin Huang missed him too. He was hanging around on that right crimp for a long time. No feet, of course. Tried to go left towards the crimp, couldn't. And Martina Demel, quite an early fall from her before that heel hook sequence. And also another Chinese hero, Jun Zehu.
It's nice to see some Chinese on the semis too.
It is, isn't it? Because we're used to seeing them in speed a lot.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Not often regularly getting through to semi-finals anyway. And we remember Zhilu Lo, of course, coming back a couple of years ago. And something the Chinese coaches told me, actually, is that she was very untested because of COVID. The Chinese athletes didn't know where they stood in terms of world rankings.
Yes.
And it was just interesting for them to sort of work it out as they went along. Now watching some of the athletes that we saw on the live stream. Fanny Gibert, muscles standing out of her back as she powers over towards the left.
Yeah, I can't imagine how COVID was in China.
Intense from chatting to people.
I mean, everywhere in the world was intense, but specifically here.
The country bouncing back now. Well, it's the first time we've been allowed to come. We've been trying for a couple of years. So in terms of the Pan Ams, and we talked about Brazilian development, obviously you guys will be sending a team to the Pan Ams to Chile. This means a lot, doesn't it? Because it's a real opportunity for people to get an Olympic ticket.
Yeah, sure. We actually got a good go, which was filling up the quota of 3 athletes per country. So our federation was really happy about that. But personally, I'm really happy to be in the Pan Am, especially because it's Pan Am Games. So it's like it's a multi-sport event. So we're going to be like in a village, kind of a mini Olympics. It's really great. Yeah.
That will take place in Chile in a couple of weeks now, isn't it? It's less than 30 days now.
True.
That.
Yeah, in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I'll be back in Brazil in a few days. Okay. Have a chill week and actually a fun competition like from my local gym. Well, not mine, but the one I train on. And that'll be fun. And then Pan Ams. So I'm psyched about that.
And you're based in Sao Paulo, is that right?
Sao Paulo.
Okay. So good gyms around there?
Yeah, I train Fabrica, is the gym of my friend Felipe Camargo. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
So he's one of the owners, and he's actually really helpful with the setting and helping us to develop or prepare for the events, because our training center will be in a different city, which is further away from where I live.
So you travel to that training center sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah.
And the paraclimbing team as well. Like I saw the paraclimbing team in Salt Lake, especially.
Yeah, Marina Diaz, she had won, I don't know, maybe 3 titles already in para. So paraclimbing is growing also in Brazil. They have some other competitors.
Yeah, so lots going on in Brazil. You're just making me want to go to Brazil. This is what's happening now. I need to book a ticket.
That's cool. Yeah.
South America becoming. There's lots more athletes coming out of South America.
True. Yeah.
There's Sarah Chopper. We saw her almost just the last athlete out before the cleaning break. She took the fall down. And as you can see there from your shot, the DJ is having a great time.
Yeah.
Right. He was playing very enthusiastically to a completely empty stadium yesterday, which was very funny to watch. But right now he's got people. Look, there's a dance cam going on.
Yeah, right before it started, he had like a kiss cam going on.
Well, now it's a dance cam and 2 gentlemen there having a good time to the DJ. I'm pretty sure the DJ only really does this when there's a camera pointed at him. He knows.
Yeah, probably.
Well, the setters, as you can see, about halfway through the cleaning process. They'll go up, pulling on the quick draws. They have brushes, chalk in their bags, to make sure everything is clean as possible up to where the athletes fell. Oh, look on the right. I'm enjoying the dancing more than anything else right now. Young man going crazy down there. Wow. And Felipe, you were telling me your commentary experience before this was speed competition.
Yeah, I only commentate one speed comp. Since I'm not like a speed climber, they invited me to do the commentation. But it was more like a promotional event, like in Rio. So it wasn't really related to IFSC or anything. But it was fun.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the speed is later on. And we saw last weekend, goodness me, what was it on the speed? Ola Miroslav taking the gold and the Olympic ticket from the Rome qualifying event.
Nice, yeah.
And she's here again.
Yeah.
And she almost got the world record yesterday as well. She broke her own world record in Rome in 6.24. So that's this evening. Stacked field, no Olympic tickets giving away, but the overall title on the line for the speed climbers, as well as these lead climbers. Is. Look at that. Rated at home. Let us know what you think. Who's winning the dancer?
I think the right girl is dancing better.
I agree, but I enjoy the enthusiasm of the child on the left. He's going for it. It's my kind of dancing, I think. Well, the women's route is cleaned and done as the setter comes back down to earth. The men's a little further to go. He's got to work his way right and then all the way towards the left. Yeah, it's a good atmosphere in the stadium. I mean, I wasn't here in 2019 for the one by the lake, so this is my first experience of Wujiang. But it's a good stadium and brand new. They haven't actually opened it yet to the general public.
Okay.
So we're the first ones in it.
That's nice.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's my first time in China. So.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I keep trying to sneak into the various different sports rooms they have, but apart from the ping pong pool, everything else is locked up.
This place is huge. There's so many dogs.
Yeah, it's massive.
The ISO was really good, actually. I mean, the wall was very long, but short. But I could do a good warm-up, I think.
Was everyone just taking turns traversing?
I think so, yeah. It was a huge line, as always.
My colleague, one of the graphics people, told me that he jumped on the traverse wall just to have a bit of a climb, and that he was completely pumped by the end of it. And it is long, it goes on forever. Yeah, that warm-up wall is behind the athlete's entrance, which is on the right. More dancing going on. And this is the first time that certainly I was told this, I hope it's true, that they're selling tickets for this event, and it is a pretty busy stadium still, even though you have to pay to get in now. And there seems to be VIP seats down where the armchairs are.
Yeah, it's great that also the athlete seats is closer to the wall, because sometimes the athlete seats is so far away. But this time in Copper was really, really good.
Yeah, what an atmosphere. Copper.
Yeah, Copper was great.
Well, this is the leaderboard so far. Nicholas Colin, Martin Stranik, Sebastian Helenke, Nino Grunfelder, Martin Wujiang, Yannick Nigel, Stefan Schretz and Anze Bohak make up our top 8 at the moment. The rest of the athletes who have climbed up to Philip Martin, they won't be in the finals. The rest of them, they are to come. Simon Lorenzi will be out first after the cleaning break. And we finish off with a Japanese heavy last couple of climbers. Sesha Lehman popping up in the middle there, but Serato and Raku yesterday was looking good. Top to root, the only one to do so. And for the women, Manon Healy in the top spot. We saw her in the replay. 28 plus for her as she launched over the lip into the head wall. It might be the score to beat, you never know. Fanny Gilbert in second. After that, and then as we work our way down, Martina Demel and Valerie Kramer with that early 4 and 11 plus. Mattia Pozzi will be the first athlete out from Austria. And then down at the bottom, Aimori. It's hard to bet against Aimori winning this, isn't it?
Aimori is just crazy too.
And she's so relaxed.
So relaxed.
Never looks stressed, just wanders around, says really lovely to say hello to. And there's a lovely interview we did in Copper when we interviewed all the current, at that time, Olympic people who got tickets. And yeah, just really down to earth. Can't wait to see that later on. Right, the men's route has been cleaned. The setter is recoiling the rope. The DJ has a little bit of a pause there on the right. And we're close to getting going once more here. Second half of tonight's, or this afternoon's semi-finals. My name is Matt Groom, joined by Felipe Ho here in the commentary box. And we are watching a great semi-finals so far as we look for just 8 athletes to make it through to tomorrow's final. Felipe, are you hanging around for the final, or you've got to fly back to Brazil?
I have a fly back. I actually fly back to Innsbruck for a few days and then Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's even better you've joined me in the commentary box then,
yeah.
so thank you, because we are not in the stadium, so I appreciate you coming to our little room here, but it's nice and quiet.
Yeah. I'm glad we're here too.
Yeah, it's peaceful up here in the commentary box. And we are seconds away. I can see a delegate standing in the doorway holding the athletes back. They will be back there. And Felipe, tell me about this moment, because the seconds before you walk onto the stage, you personally, what do you try to do in those moments?
The hardest is like to get an empty mind in this point, but what we try to think is like just focus on the present moment, I guess. So focus on breathing, on how the sensation is on your body. So bring the mind to the present, you know, because if you don't work your mind, you kind of make external thoughts to come.
Okay.
And that could be really bad for you.
So you don't want those thoughts coming in and distracting you.
If they do come, you should not keep them.
Yes.
Just let it pass.
And when you say, are you thinking about the route, is that okay, or do you try to even avoid that? Are you just really in the moment?
I think that in that moment specifically, I'm really in the moment. But when I'm seated in the chair waiting for the route, I'll try to visualize and climb it on my mind. So when I'm on the route, it's not anything new, I think.
And I always wonder, it must be such a strange experience in the ISO, because obviously we start with 26 men, 26 women. So, and then it slowly empties, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
There's
does.
less and less in there.
Yeah. You see your climbing mates all going, and you're staying.
It's such a weird feeling. I try to avoid isolation. Like, I do pop in there sometimes, but like, I'd like to leave athletes alone so they don't think I'm about to grab them for an interview or something. But it's a really special place.
Yeah.
I like the atmosphere in isolation.
Yeah, it's a mix in between tense and like hype. You get hype sometimes as well. So
It's one of those kind of places that so few people get to go into as well in the world.
Really
You know, you either have to be an elite climber or someone like me sneaking in to see it. And we don't let cameras in there. It has happened sometimes, and during the Bern World Championships, Shauna Coxey was saying how when she was an athlete, she'd never want a camera in isolation. But doing the commentary, she really wants cameras in isolation because you want to see what's happening.
Exactly, yeah. That would be sick too.
It would, wouldn't it? Well, in Munich, in the European Championships last year, they did allow a camera through for the finals. It was so interesting watching everyone. I loved it.
Cool.
Well, I'm nosy, so you know. Right, here we go. Second half of our semi-final. Mattia Pozzi on the left, looking calm. Simon Lorenzi on the right. Such a good outdoor boulderer, especially as that man.
He's 17 on the books.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Big Island sits. Oh, what was it called? It's Sudan Seoul, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. My mind was blank. Yeah, he's done a very hard outdoor boulder in front.
Oh, Alfane too.
Oh, and Alfane, yeah, of course. Yeah, so he's got a pedigree there, and he's a good indoor climber as well. And Mattia Pozzi, she was in Starbucks this morning, getting a coffee, and looked very relaxed and chilled. Not sure what coffee she got. I would like to know. If she tops the route, we'll find out. So maybe that gives you fuel. Simon, delicate through the opening part of this route. Gets that long heel hook in on the right-hand side as well. Mattia Pozzi cuts loose and swings, and she's horizontal.
Yeah, nice work for Simon there. Just cruising this part. At this part, a lot of athletes just like flow and then gets into the blue pinches section, and then it's hard to like keep the flow.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, he flicks that right foot into a heel, cuts loose. This is speedy work from him. And you're right with the flow. It looks like he's using less energy than some, but this unwind, though, now he's having to, as I said it, because the cross route is, he's really low on this. Oh, that is going to cost him, isn't it?
This man has a lot on the tank.
He does, though, yeah. You can see the size of the biceps there standing out. Mattia has a knee scrub in on the red volume and the thumb in that pinch position.
You can hear her coach and her physio screaming for her.
Yeah, and Simon tries to get this knee bar in, wraps it underneath eventually. That looks good from him.
Yeah.
That's the best I think I've seen it, actually.
Yeah, he looks really, really comfortable.
Yeah, so he's going to sit on that knee and shake out, as you would. Why not? And Mattia, though, is on the heel.
Hands for him.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we knew it was good, but that is sick. Confirmation of our genius here. No hand rest from him. And hopefully we go back to Mattia here, because she was on that move, the hard one.
I bet we're going to see a high point here.
I think we are. He's looking good, isn't he? But remember, you can get tangled up here. Mattia did get through that move on the right. He falls. Right, Simon, come on. We need a high point. Misses the slap.
Yeah.
And got the no-hand shakeout. And again, that doesn't mean that he's got everything back from a no-hand rest. You know, there's so much core. Personally, like, this is me. I'm not a professional athlete. But if I do a sort of a double knee bar, you use so much core and so much leg power.
Yes.
That it's hard to rest fully.
For sure, yeah. You're also like, if you're not thinking straight, you can also like get stressed about the rest. If you're resting too much or if you're resting too less, it's hard to manage it while you're there, because I think when you rest, it's almost the same condition when you're waiting for getting into the route. You can like open your mind to external thoughts, so it's hard to manage that as well.
Yeah, it's a very good point. And it's a weird feeling as well with no hand rest. Like it feels wrong somehow. Like you shouldn't be in that position. All right, well, the rope is pulled through. We wait for our next rotation. That was a long round from both athletes. Yuntong Zhang will be next from China. Johannes Utelli from Switzerland will be out. And a big Swiss presence in this semi-final. Great to see. Lots of Swiss athletes. Got a bit of stick online for not mentioning how many Swiss athletes were through to the semi-final. So apologies, people of Switzerland. Your athletes did very, very well. We wait for that rope to be pulled all the way through into that box, keeping things nice and tidy here in the stadium. So Mattia is led off. Next two athletes will be waiting in the wings, ready to come on here. You can see the scoreboard on the right, letting the people in the stadium know, and then the athletes who have competed know, but of course they do not know the scores before they come out, so they just know they have to climb as far as possible. Right, here we go. There is Yuntong Zhang on the left-hand side of your screen, and Johannes Utelli on the right. And a huge reaction from the Chinese crowd.
Yeah, I really like how coordinated their cheering are.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if it would bother me while I'm on the wall, because it really gets your attention when you're there.
Surely they were screaming your name, though.
Yeah.
That must feel amazing. Well, in Copper, everyone shouting Yanya's name.
Oh, yeah. Also, there was like so many kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cute.
Yeah, I love that. I can barely hear myself speak sometimes, which perhaps is a good thing. But the crowd, yeah, in Copper are going crazy for that. Right, Utelli, with a very cool-looking chalk bag, gets underway. Big moves from here as we've got double spot, well, one spotter and one belay in action. Yuntong Zhang, let's see if that home crowd support can get her up the wall as she goes towards the left, shoulders in action. Johannes Utelli easily through that first move. I don't think there's, yeah, the beginning of the men's, no big thing, I think.
Yeah, I think so. They're also like climbing faster than all the women's I saw, so the women's looks more complicated, I think.
Yeah, certainly a lower crux for the women. Although, Johannes has to launch over to that one, rotating those shoulders through. Oh, big stretch from Yuntang Zhang. Yuntang Zhang, sorry. And now gets that high heel. That right heel, every time I see an athlete do it, I get a little bit nervous. It's not the sort of best surface to heel hook on.
Yeah.
And if you missed us talking about those blue crosses, that is the last clipping position. So she has to clip that quick draw by her right knee from that hold. She can't carry on or she'll get called down due to safety reasons. We don't see it often, but setters have that option to put it in.
I saw someone like doing a split in between, yeah, just like that and clipping. I think that was the best position to clip.
Yeah, it's less sort of bicep-y intensive,
exactly.
yeah.
Also with the heel under the X cross could work as well.
She swings and cuts loose, bumps the hand, gets the heel not on the jib, on the green surface. Looks good for her. And Johannes comes up towards the left-hand pinch. Oh, look at that from Yuntang. I love that move. They just bring the foot up underneath into your hand. And this knee bar now, every time an athlete comes to it, I'm fascinated to see what they'll do.
That's true. It's so obvious for us that are watching, but for them that they didn't see anyone climbing, it's hard. It's hard to find it.
Yeah, and it's even worse in the commentary box, isn't it?
True.
Because we're talking about it as well. You're like, why haven't you seen it? But it's not that easy.
It's very, very hard.
And a lot of it depends on who you read the route with as well. You know, if you're reading with someone who spots it, you're going to know. Oh, Johannes crosses underneath his own arm there to make the clip. And this is where we see a lot of athletes start to burn out. And I think it's all about if you can work the feet out. In the meantime, Yuntong has been in this rest for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Only on hold 14
France is leading the way for now.
Yeah, Fanny Gibert, she would love to make another finals.
That'll be sick to watch.
We'll see some athletes to go before we get that far. We're getting ahead of ourselves here, but Manon Healy's score is looking very, very good at the moment for the women. Now, Yun Tung presumably knows that this route. Well, actually, no, she might not know it's been. It hasn't been topped or got anywhere near because they're waiting for the full rotation to go through. But she's taken her time.
Yeah. I guess it's also like personal. Each climber has their own style. You see how coordinated the cheering is?
There it is. Oh yeah, I hadn't noticed that before. I wonder if the whole crowd are responding to one person or what's going on.
Oh! Nice work for her.
Yeah, she's certainly doing well here. Has the thumbs pressed in. And this is an interesting sequence coming up. You have to bump over towards the first intermediate on the left, bump again up towards a crimp, and then another bump towards the final crimp. That was the intended beater anyway. So here comes the first intermediate. Second, and then one last final hold coming, and she gets it. Physical sequence, that.
Yeah. A lot of precision required too.
And listen to that support from the Chinese audience. Every move she makes gets some attention. And she's moving up the leaderboard. She's close now, into second position.
That's nice.
This is great work from Yuntang Zhang.
Oh, wow. Oh,
no. She was screaming her way through that sequence again into the big volcano-like holds on the head wall. No one getting to the head wall. Let's see a replay of this moment. Snatched over, peeled off. There was nothing to really hold on to.
No, it's pure friction.
Yuntang, this was the move that sent her down up towards where Manon Healy fell.
I wonder if you flip first before going.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I think maybe you should, because I mean you're a long way past it otherwise.
Yeah. And the next hold doesn't look really good with the feet combined.
Well, Martin Stranik in second place for the men, and then Yuntang Zhang. Well, she has been, so 28 plus. It took a while for the scores to come through, but that means due to countback, she jumps up to the top spot. Well, too hard to make predictions yet, but that was a great performance from the Chinese athletes, so we'll have to wait and see. Next up, Zelia Avazu will be waiting in the darkness, and Yoshiyuki Ogata is up next. Super popular climber on the circuit.
Yeah, I'm psyched to see him on those pinches.
Yeah, true, that's a good point.
The strongest guy on pinches that I know.
Well, Zelia Avazu gives a little moment to herself before walking out, a few quiet words. She's come from the youth scene as well. Her brother, very, very talented as well, Mr. Sam Avazu, so strong family. And there's a third sister as well, who's younger than Zelia, so.
Also, the coach is, I think, her family,
ex-World Cup climber, yeah. You'd have to get into climbing. Imagine not being into climbing
exactly.
without a family.
Just
Family
like
holidays would be tense.
Yeah, just like Rabbit 2 family.
Yes, exactly. Well, there is Yoshiyuki Ogata. He looks up at the wall, rereads it. It's been a while since he saw it. And then Zelia Avazu does the same on the right.
Oh, her chalk bag is closed. I wonder if she will notice before coming in.
Philip, that is a great spot. I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah, I'm getting good in commentating, man.
You are. You're seeing things I'm not seeing. That is... Yeah, well, we've seen a few chalk bag instances this year. Vita Lucan, and it isn't.
Yeah,
oh!
She didn't open it.
Well, I mean, she's going to very quickly work this out.
Yeah,
And hopefully...
I think it's easy to do that, especially with this chalk bag. I know it's like magnetic.
Okay.
So you just like gonna put your hand there and it's gonna open.
I'm not watching Yoshiyuki at all here. I want to see when Zelia
Me too.
undoes that chalk bag. Come on, swap back to her. Let's see that. But for the time being, we are with Yoshiyuki. Well, she hasn't opened it yet. So she hasn't needed to chalk up quite yet.
I think it's going to be like the first time right now.
This must be it, isn't it? It's chalk bag watch. This.
Oh, no. Guess not. What if it's like a protest? Like a...
Could be.
I'm not chalking.
Against, oh, no. She's...
Yeah.
Oh, see, look, that is a bit of a problem. So that's cost her an extra move, that. And mentally, it's one of those things where she might have just thought... I mean, she's dealt with it well. She's moved through. And she's now in. But, yeah, it would have been one of those moments where you realise what you've done, and hopefully it won't affect her. Right, Yoshiyuki, powerful on the pinches as we thought, crosses through with ease on the light blue volumes, reaches up and makes the clip. And Zelia swings that foot over towards the right. Yoshiyuki climbing fast, as he likes to do. Yoshiyuki is forever in my memory for telling me how nervous he was at the start of the season, which isn't something that athletes usually admit, you know? They always want to say, yeah, super confident. He was like, no, I'm really nervous about this year starting. He wears his heart on his sleeve as Yoshiyuki Ogata. Zelia bumps up with the left hand on the crimp. And Yoshiyuki cuts loose. No heel hook yet for him. Sorry, no knee bar yet for him.
No feet. Wow. Just mirroring on the wall.
Oh, so strong.
That's a lot of strength on the biceps.
Oh, he gets the pinch in.
Come on.
He made that sequence look entirely different.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Oh, just
right there.
dragging his fingers down that hold.
Oh, dry fire. Dry fire left hand.
Oh, he pings off and comes down.
I like how he always carries his bouldering chalk back to the lead.
Yeah, he'll have one final chalk up before he goes. I think that might be the new high point. We'll have to wait and see.
From Yoshiyuki?
Yeah, from Yoshiyuki.
I think Nicola went higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to be up there in the top 5 anyway at the moment. And Celia will watch that in a sec. And let's see her fall. So interesting, she hooked the intermediate. So a slightly different method from her.
Oh.
And I think that heel might have got in the way.
Probably, yeah.
And Yoshiyuki had that heel locked in, got the toe driven in on the right. Yeah, it was a fire off, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So left hand. And dry fire. Explain dry firing, just to people who don't know what that means.
That's hard to explain for a not English speaker,
I've
but
I
would say like your hand just like popped out of the hold unexpectedly.
Yeah. It's kind of like, when there isn't really a wet fire, is there? It's just a dry fire.
Yeah.
It's always like a ping movement.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
Explodes off.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be for your hands being too dry.
Yeah.
If you have really bad skin and it's glassy, that's when it can happen.
Usually people overuse these like how do you say, like drying agents, and sometimes your skin can get really, really dry and glassy.
Yeah. And that big problems can be caused. Right, Ryu Nakagawa on the right of your screen, and her teammates Ao Yurikuza on the left. Yeah, lots of Japanese athletes in this top 10 here. Ao had it looking very relaxed as he walked up to the wall.
Yeah.
And Ryu runs to the belay and she'll get underway as well. Up onto that face-like feature. Right crimp, left crimp, lots of chalk left from the athletes coming before, so quite a good indication for the athletes what to do through here. And you can see the positions there as our wide camera shot gets in both athletes at the same time. If you're just joining us and thinking it's some kind of race, it's not. The athletes are individual. There's a men's route on the left, which is different from the women's route on the right. There are formats like in Arco recently where it is a sort of a race format, but not for this.
Arco Rockmaster.
Yeah. But the IFSC events and many other competitions are just athletes versus the route. Oh, and this is going to be a big swing up. She misses. Well, I think she actually deliberately did that. Then got the right foot on the tip.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she noticed that it was better to swing out to the other side.
Yeah, she looked in control, didn't she? Now she sits cleverly on that heel, though. And Ao floating through these moves.
He is. Looks like he climbed up his route already.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And it's that route reading thing we were talking about earlier. You know, when you see a sequence,
yeah,
you commit to it fully. You can see the fingerprints left from the climbers before as he makes the match. Thumbs wrapped underneath. Another move up with the right hand. And Ao is approaching the resting part of the men's route.
6 right.
And that knee bar looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, he does.
I'm not sure about his left hand, whether he's slightly trapping. I think the knee bar's behind his hand.
I think so. Or maybe a little stuck.
Moved through those pinches and crimps quickly on the left of the screen. Ao is approaching the high point. And Ryu as well is nearing that heel hook. I get nervous at this point. She gets it in. Here we go. Oh, it slides already. Before she even made the clip, it started to go.
Nice
Look at this. Yeah, this almost a high point, right?
Yeah,
close.
almost. I think two hands to go. 2 holds to go.
And look how overhanging it is. That's a good shot of that.
This route is really independent. Like this box is from Cheetah is really, really frictional.
That's a good point, yeah.
And this upper part on the yellow holds are also from very texture holds.
I mean, the athletes will have time to regrow skin. I mean, it's not till about 7:30, I think, tomorrow evening, but that's not as long as it seems to regrow skin if they make it through to the finals. Right, Ao cuts loose. This is great. Swings out. And for the first time, I'm pretty sure. Oh, but he's going to fall going right.
I think that was a high point.
I think so too. We'll wait for those scores to be. And we lost Ryu as well. I think it might have been on it's on the heel move. Let's see a replay of this. She got the heel in.
Oh, she missed it.
Yeah, so she'd done the move through.
Yeah.
It was the second move.
Exactly.
And this was out. Big move out towards the right. Wasn't quite further enough across on it. And that was how he thought. We think it's a high point. We'll wait for the scores to be confirmed. Can be a little bit tricky in terms of internet and stuff to find this out here, but Ao Yurikuza is 38 plus for him, so yes, it is a high point. Nicholas Colan second. Down in 8th place, Sima Lorenzi. He'll be nervously waiting in the danger zone there. Ryu Nakagawa, just saw her. Well, she's still in technically on 20. I think she might get pushed out. And Yuntong Zhang, what a performance, 28 plus. Same as Manuel Healy, due to count back. She's in first position. So that's how things stand at the moment. Right, Oceana McKenzie on the left. I said, and Philip Schenk on the right. I talked to her just now before the competition. I was like, oh, for you it's got to be great because it's less travel time, but it's still apparently still a 14-hour trip for her. So
oh, wow.
Further than I thought. So Osh, she prefers to be called Osh, even though she's down as Oceana. So Osh McKenzie on the right. And she's someone, we're talking about the Continental Championships. For her, in Oceania, in Australia, that is going to be a massive competition for her.
For sure, yeah. She has a lot of good chances there.
Yeah, but the pressure, I mean, she's definitely the favourite to take a ticket. But she's very mature. She can hold herself together, so I would imagine that pressure won't faze her.
Yeah.
And Philip Schenk on the left of your screen, when he pops on, had a good quali round, qualified high up the leaderboard here.
I trained with Philip in my last week in Innsbruck, and he was looking really, really good. Yeah. Oh, cross for Osh.
Philip Schenk is moving. Known maybe more as a boulderer, but he's become a very, very good lead climber.
Yeah, true.
And Osh, look at that flow. She commits to that swing. That was like the perfect amount of body tension. Like, she didn't fight it too hard, but still had enough to pull back.
Enough momentum to not use a lot of engagement of the muscles. Right?
Yes, exactly. Right, so Philip Schenk shakes out, crosses through with the right hand. No, she's good with the feet. Big move from her again, powerful. She's known. Everyone I talk to about Osh McKenzie is like, wow, she's strong. You know, she has that power.
She's tall too, right?
Yeah, she is. All right, Philip bumps right. As well crosses through. She's not really using that knee bar. Maybe doesn't need it. Maybe can't quite find the position.
Yeah, she's looking good. I don't think she needs the knee bar right now.
No. I've got her down as one of the favourites to make finals tonight. So, she need to prove me right here. Philip flicked his hand round the rope on the left of your screen.
Yeah, Osh had a really good qualifying round. I saw her in both head balls.
Yeah.
Both routes, so it was good work.
Oh. This is the move, though. Look at how hard she's working. Oh, now that's a great, for the first time, it's dual text on that heel. So there's no texture on most of it. I think that's why they're sliding on it. Because before we had a wider shot and I couldn't see exactly what it looked like. Philip wants the knee, doesn't he? He's trying to get it in, couldn't the first time. And now he's dropped a bit low to get it in. So he's going to have to work out a different sequence. And he's really working hard here.
He's Philip.
Oh, he's low. Three
finger.
finger. Oh.
Correct. Oh.
I think the second he couldn't get the knee bar in, it flustered him a little bit.
Yeah.
Couldn't seem to recover from that. Well, Osh leaves the stage. Let's watch this heel one more time. I'm not sure we'll get the shot I was saying, but you can see how much it slides around on that no texture surface. Stood up on it, had it though. It was good, just not quite high enough.
Yeah. Oh.
And that drag move you were saying, that's when the fingers are open rather than
exactly.
closed.
You rely more on the articulations of your finger than your muscles, so that could save a little energy.
In terms of training that, because a lot of people when they fingerboard, for example, will bring their hands almost to a 90 degree with the fingers, but opening them up can be really difficult if you're not used to that.
True, yeah, you should really adapt, I think.
So you're off to Innsbruck for a couple of days.
Yeah.
So hang on, you go China, Innsbruck, Brazil.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And why Innsbruck? Is it just the best place to train for you?
I think, well, basically most of my stuff are there because I'm traveling light to China. So I'm going to pick them up and then fly back to Brazil. But also, like, it is the place to train lead at the moment. So
yeah, you're right. Well, Miho Nanaka is on. Great to see her back on a lead wall. She wasn't around for a while, but she's come back from great competition in Bern. She'll start to rebuild towards the Asian qualifiers in a couple of weeks in Jakarta. No, a couple of months, actually. It's mid-November, that one. Yim Jang-song from Korea is on. Just having a look. I think he is the highest placing Korean male athlete. Jain Kim placed higher for the women. She'll be on in a bit. And from now on, we really are getting some big names coming out onto the stage. Yung Tang immediately launches upwards off that flat hold. It's a good starting hold. And Miho Nanaka as well is underway. Green hair. I've lost count of how many hair colours she's had this year. She had gold in Seoul when she won gold.
Really?
Yeah, which was amazing.
That's cool.
And I thought she might commit to the full gold for the. I mean, I would. If I'd won gold with gold hair,
Yeah.
I'd stay with gold hair. But
Like, I think she was wearing it because of a Pikachu thing or something.
oh, really? Is that
I'm
the
not
reason?
sure though. Yeah.
I'd love that to be.
I had
amazing.
pink hair myself in the past.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why have you gone back to brown?
I had to. I also represent like as army athlete kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the army said no.
Yeah.
Spoil sports. Can't think why. Well, Miho, I don't think has those kind of problems, so she's doing what she wants and she's through now. Oh, big move as he cuts loose for a second and moves the feet and toes over towards that right jib. Right, Miho will like this sequence too. Big move for her.
Nice, she kept the feet on the right.
Yeah, true. Yeah, when I think of Miho, I always think of her as a bowler, but she's actually been way more successful in the lead side of things.
I guess it depends on the side of the route too, but
Yeah.
probably right.
She's got that boulder power to pull on them.
Yeah,
if she needs
exactly.
to.
In routes like that nowadays, it doesn't matter how endurance you have, because sometimes you're not dealing with the fight of the pump, but how you're dealing with the fight of how tired you are. Sometimes like you fall from a route not because you pump, but because you can't really close your hands anymore.
Yeah.
Like you don't have the strength to do it.
Okay, so there's just nothing left in those.
Yeah,
those fingers.
exactly. Not exactly endurance test sometimes.
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean. So it's less of the big muscles and more just your
Yeah.
hands opening up. Alright, well, Miho is climbing well, but she's about to approach the dodgy heel move. Wujiang, Song is looking very, very relaxed there.
Yeah, he's looking really good.
So Wujiang Song tries to get a hit toe in, does, right on that tick mark. He's a couple of moves away from the high point. Miho got through that heel hook move. And now she gets a clever knee scrubbing underneath there.
That's good. Lots of knee bars on the semifinals.
So many, eh? I quite like seeing them, actually. I think setters have been very active in trying to get rid of them, but I quite like the way they're making them harder rather than eliminating them. Right, Miho is high point territory, but falls going up with the left, but Wujiang Song is high point.
Yeah, he is. On the head wall for the first time. We're looking at this holds.
Yeah, we get to see the crimps. He's ignoring the clip at the moment. I want to get his feet over.
That was good work, Kramer.
That was, well, that is a high point, and that's going to take some beating. 7 athletes to go, so he's guaranteed in as well.
That's sick.
So we'll see him compete again tomorrow evening. And this was Miho as well, so that means I think Miho as well, similar position. She will be in the finals as well. Well, we start to know which athletes are getting through here. Oh, blocked that crimp as well.
Yeah, that was really hard.
Nasty, nasty move for the men. And remember, they have to climb a lot of 45 degrees. So there is the confirmation. 42 plus, way out in front of our Yurikuza, who's closest with 38 plus. Down in 8th, Martin Beauchamp, 33 plus. He'll be nervously waiting. And then for the women, Zheng Zhang, 28 plus for her. Same score as Manuel Healy. I don't know why Miho Nanaka's not on that yet. So I think that will be changed.
Oh, maybe it's a peel or something.
Could be. I have a feeling it's more of just an update issue.
Oh, okay.
Because she's... Where is she even in it?
She's here.
Oh, yeah, she is. So, yeah, 22. I mean, unless something terrible has happened, like she missed a clip, which I didn't see, so I don't think so. So I think we're just waiting for that to be updated. Because an appeal wouldn't have stopped it dead.
Yeah, maybe not.
Masahiro Higuchi on the right-hand side. Just gives a little shake of his head, and Futaba Ito on the left. Positive from Futaba. She strides onto the stage, wants to get involved quickly. Yeah, because you can't quite see the wall. That panelling they've put on the right sort of blocks the athlete's view as they walk on. So I think they all want to get around it so they can see.
There are 2 moments that I feel like a superhero while I'm climbing. First one is when I put my climbing shoes on and they do the noise that, you know?
Yeah.
And the second one is when I entering the stage and I look at the wall. It's really sick.
I can't imagine. Like, it's a feeling that, like, it's a bit like the rock star feeling.
Yeah,
There's so
I
few
think
people
so,
in the
maybe.
world experience it. It's brilliant. It must be an addictive feeling, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Could be. I mean, climbing is kind of an addictive sport, right? You're dealing with frustration and, you know, I don't know.
Well, there's so much adrenaline as
Yeah.
well, and you know, and failing and then coming back, you know,
Yeah.
it keeps you going. One day, if I train really hard, we'll see. Well, I think I'm a bit past it now. Masahiro gets the right foot up, makes the clip nice and easily from him. Futaba Ito, she's one of those athletes who has up and down days, so we'll have to wait and see what form she's in. Trusting that heel at the moment, she stands up on it.
That split position was the one I thought was better for clip.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right. Not many have spotted it though.
Yeah.
One of those things you kind of get to and then maybe you realise it's a better clipping position by then,
Sure.
obviously too late. Now Masahiro is struggling on this cross-through move, needs to trust the right foot, he does eventually. You can see his body sag and relax as he stood all of his weight onto the toes. Powerful cut on this move as well from Futaba Ito. He starts the rocking over on that left heel. He'll get the clip in, then he'll move left, try to find that knee bar. Powerful stuff from Futaba Ito as well. This is the heel move, makes room for it, needs to commit to it, gets the clip in. Yeah, sorry about the cutaways, we're not in control of some of these shots. Masahiro gets the toe in though.
He didn't get the clip yet.
Yeah, you're right, he's gone past it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, Futaba made it through that early crux, and she's got the heel in. We know it's a harder way to do this, but she's making it work so far, and Masahiro's still not got this clip in.
Yeah, I think he knew it.
Yeah, I think so. I think he was going for the plus points.
Yeah, probably.
Well, let's stay with Futaba then, as she has that toe hook in underneath. There's a jib under there, which is quite a good hold. Allows her to make that move a little easier. All right, she's approaching this big jump. The crowd get behind her, sets herself, hits the right hand. Well, I think we know what kind of athlete Futaba Ito is feeling today. She's looking good, but this is a big move.
Oh, I really want to see someone stick this move. It's really sick.
Well, I mean, look, Vita Luke, I'm looking at the names who might do. I mean, obviously everyone's got the skills to do it, but Vita Lukin especially, and Mia Krampel, I think, might be the ones.
Some Slovenian spray wall specialists.
Exactly that, yeah. That was Masahiro falling. Let's watch this from Futaba. She set herself, it was a long way. She didn't look that comfortable and slightly missed the left hand. Okay, so we see our top 8 once more. Masahiro gets into 33 plus with that one, so he's right in the danger zone. Pushes out Martin Bergeron though. Yuntang Song still leading the way with that 42 plus. For the women, we just saw her 28 plus being that jump, count back.
And Miho is still in 9th place, I don't know why, with the 22.
Yeah, it's interesting that one. I haven't been updated from any judges about an appeal. The only time that tends to happen
when someone skips a draw.
Exactly. Maybe she moved past the blue cross.
Or like step in a boat or something.
Maybe, yeah. So, I mean, we'll let you know if we get updated. And I'll certainly tell you by the time we're in the finals, but... we'll have to wait and see here. Well, we'll let you know when we get updated. And we're waiting for our next set of athletes here.
Okay, Jessie Pills. She's actually going for the overall title, right?
She is. She's currently sitting in 3rd position. Because I asked her in Copper, I was like, Jessie, look, you got an Olympic ticket. Why are you not relaxing? She's like, I want to win the overall. I'm going to China. So she's definitely got a mission here.
She's one of the most determined athletes I know. She's always like 100% focused.
Yeah. She's just all about climbing. And she's built her way and she peaked perfectly in Bern. You know, it's like the hole here didn't matter. Just mattered about Bern. Suzuki nailed it there on the left for the men. A lot of Japanese, or just Japanese athletes from here on, apart from Mr. Sasha Lehman in the middle. Now he is underway. Should be fairly straightforward until we get to the yellow holds in the middle. And then Jessie a bit lower down than I thought she might be on this qualifying list, but legends in front of her, Zhang Kim, Vita Lukin, Natsuki Tani, Mia Krampel and Ai Mori, the only ones to beat her. So she did more than enough to get to this stage, but she'll know she needs to step things up a little bit here. Now, what can Jessie do through this? We know she's got the power, reaches over, she'll cut loose for a second, a bit like Osh did, just control. Suzuki Neo reaches over with the right hand. So far, so straightforward from him, controlling the pump. And I guess, Felipe, that's what it's about in easier sections, is just controlling how pumped you get, and how hard you grip.
You don't want to overgrip too much so you can spare energy for the rest of the route.
And how hard is it to, this might sound like a silly question, but you know, how do you know you're on an easier sequence? Does it just feel better in those moments and that's when you need to tell yourself to calm down?
Yeah, I feel like if you're not under stress and you're comfortable, then you must think it's the easiest sequence of the route, because usually you don't have any comfortable. So it's also like a good moment. Exactly, just like the rest positions. It's like a good, like a mind thing for you to recover, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I forget about the mental game.
Yeah, mental game is everything. Because like everybody's prepared for those routes, especially in the semi-finalists. So, for example, Nico, he did such a good job in the yellow route, like in the men's route. So, and he wasn't really up on the list. And we're seeing a lot of climbers like struggling to get where he got. I think his mental game is really, really strong.
Oh, Jessie Pilz is another one with that strong mental game, but this heel hook does require immense mental strength. Can she trust it? We know how little texture there is on this hold. Makes the bump up and the heel sticks. It's funny, when she does that, you think there's no problem with that.
Exactly.
And Neo as well is working well through the pinches, has the thumbs in action now. All right, Jessie brings that right foot up. Or maybe look for a knee scrub. Neo is approaching his knee bar.
Skipping the intermediates.
Oh yes, straight up to the crimp. She's going for a toe hook, which looks more awkward. But there's that moment you've got to lean back until the toe engages.
It's like a shark box toe hook, right?
And Neo will find the knee bar. He wants to. He's got it resting on his wrist at the moment. We'll make the clip first of all. Right, Jess is nearing the business end. She's going to be in the finals with this effort.
Sick.
Yes! Holds the volcano.
Oh, now.
But hasn't made the clip yet.
I'm worried about the clip.
Oh, yeah, we forgot about that, didn't we? And she knows it's there, but she's trying to drop the left knee down. Now.
This right hand is so bad when she clips front.
Oh, she gets it in, though. All right, well, Jessie could do something special here. Starting to look a bit pumped, though.
Super good. Wow.
Well, we've seen her do this on big stages before. What can she do with the final couple of moves? The head wall is short, remember, so she's nearing the top. Well, there it is in the blue circle. Slopers only, though. Gets the foot out left. Matches!
Oh, good work for Jessie. That's going to be hard to beat.
That is, I agree with you. She's on a different level right now. So Jessie Pilz will make another final on the last World Cup of the year. And let's watch Neo's fall. Had the right toe in, bumped up towards the pinch, and looked like a bit of a slip there with the right foot as well. This was awesome from Jessie.
Yeah, really, really good.
Only the match sending her down.
Maybe her right foot was a bit too low.
Maybe a little, I think, terminal pump kicking in there a little bit for her. Well, there we go, that's our top 8 as we go. Things changing around quickly now. Chihiro Higuchi, though, sitting in 8th place still. Nino doing really well as well, inside of the top 8. Jessie Pilz hits up 34, way out in front of that 28 plus stopper point, and then the 24 plus stopper point separating a few athletes. This is going to be a very interesting final if things remain like this.
It did.
Five athletes to go now. Oh, there is a legend, Zhang Kim. And she'll get a big reaction, I think, from the crowd. Satomi Yoshida first onto the stage.
You want to know a fun fact about Zhang?
I definitely do.
She was born in Brazil, actually.
No way, really?
Yeah, like, she moved to Korea, like, really, really young. I don't know why she was born in Brazil, but maybe her parents were in vacation or something.
I had no idea. That's a really cool fact. So technically, you can claim Jane Kim as
Brazilian. Exactly. I don't know why she's wearing the Korean t-shirt.
We'll have a word. We'll put some yellow on. Well, she's got the yellow hair tie, so perhaps that's a little indication to her roots. Satomi Yoshida has a long look up. Zhang Kim has done enough. She's seen long enough. She will get going. On her comeback year to comp climbing. And you'll see a style that's pretty unique for Zhang Kim.
Legendary.
Truly is, isn't it? I feel like I get a masterclass whenever I see her climb. Very, very precise with her movements. Doesn't love risky moves, wants it to be sort of in control usually. Ooh. A bit of a swing. Just to keep you informed of the Miho situation, we don't know is the general answer. We're trying to find out, but currently no official reason why she's still on that 22 at the moment. So it could be a scoring thing, it could be an update from the judges to our live scoring, but we'll wait and see. Satone bumping out right. Do you have any idea why he has those? He always wears the wrist straps.
I don't know. Also, he has like some tags on his body.
Yeah.
It's like acupuncture, I think.
It's apparently there's a little bit of metal in there.
Yeah. I heard it's that or either acupuncture.
Yes, I think it depends on the pads. Yeah. None of this is scientifically proven. I think everyone will admit that. But yeah, you can see the tag there, and he's struggling with the cross-ring move though.
Yeah.
So Miho's score apparently has been updated now, so we'll wait and see that on the scoreboard. But that's the situation with Miho Nanaka. So I think it was just a bit of a delay in the system.
I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but her number indicating the position was like yellow, and usually if it's the color changes, maybe it's a peel or something. So I bet she stepped on something, like on a boulder or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, we'll probably find out after the broadcast. So Satomi Yoshida has the heels in. He's nearing the knee bar.
Yeah, for the knee bar, the pants screw probably gonna help him.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, true. Yeah, trousers he's wearing. Although, is it less texture? Like, is it less grippy?
I think is you rely less on your skin, so it's less painful, so you can hand the position more time. But also it slides a little bit more, so there's less precision in the knee bar.
Talking about precision, look how precise Zhang Kim was there.
The heel.
Yeah, with the heel, look, she's resting on it almost. She's really confident with that. But she needs a big move now.
Oh.
She does lose it. For a second, she was gone there. How she held that left hand, I do not know. It's almost too casual moving up through it.
Yeah, we better stop saying about the heel because everybody's sliding there.
I know. You can see how scary it is in the commentary box, though. It's way worse. Yeah.
Hands are sweating.
Exactly. It's intense up here. Oh, we lose him on the left. Earlier fall than he would have expecting. I don't know if he got the knee bar in eventually. We didn't see it. Maybe on a replay. Zhang Kim is stretching out with toes in. Zhang Kim is approaching the blue section. And there is Miho's 28 plus, so that is confirmed now on the board. So she's up in third. That does push Zelia Abazu down. No, yes, Zhang holds that move.
Super good use of the foot. She stepped on the right, on the side of the volume down there, and flipped.
Yeah, good work from Zhang Kim. Well, she's doing what Jessie did and got through that head wall.
There you go.
And now she's resting, looking very calm up there on the head wall. Struggled with a clip and missed it.
I wonder if she saw it. Oh, she saw it.
Yeah, I thought the same, because it made that click sound where it kind of usually indicates it's in. But I think her head flicked back and saw
nice
it.
toe hook.
Oh, yes. Well, that's using all of her experience there to make that work. Hits the right hand.
That's sick.
Because Jessie went left and then tried to match with the right.
I think it was a better option, I think.
Yeah, but she was very, very stretched out. Nicolas Collin, is in from Belgium, so that's your training partner is through.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
That's awesome. Well, Nicolas is through for sure, as is Yun Cheng Song and now Yudakuza. Right, well, this is Zhang Kim. Went up with the right, and yeah, you're right, I think it's better, but he's so stretched out. Yeah. She is a bit shorter.
True. I think right hand was more like a trap than anything else.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Because once you've hit it, you can't then reverse it down again.
You could palm the left hand, but I don't know how far that would be.
Yeah, I think a long way, maybe. It's hard to see the dimensions sometimes.
Yeah.
It's one thing I struggle with when I'm reading routes, you know, is those distances.
Yeah.
When you're looking up sort of 15 meters, it's hard to see it. Well, a couple of athletes to go now into our top four. Vita Lukin out next for the women. Sasha Lehmann for the men. Sasha didn't have the best comp in copper, so he'll be looking to bounce back here.
Yeah, Sasha was in great form in qualies.
And Vita as well. After that gold medal in Briançon that she got, she seems to have found a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
So trusting her climbing more and more at the moment. And Vita will like some of the more powerful sequences here, those shouldery moves. Vita didn't have a long look. Was confident enough to get going. As is Sasha Lehmann on the left.
Yeah, hopefully her chalk bag stays on this time.
Well, twice this year she lost it. Yeah, she lost it in copper, and myself and Sasha in the commentary box, we were it was so hard to watch that happen. Hopefully she's tied it in, has carabiners on it, staples, anything. I don't care. I just don't want it to fall off again. Vita Vita works her feet through, stretches up, hold this cut loose easily as she brings the right heel up. So calm from both athletes down low, no drama at the moment. Sasha, though, do keep an eye on him because every now and again he has that moment where he makes a mistake. So Vita is doing well, has this wrap-style heel move in. Sasha bumps out left. You can hear the support from his teammates coming through the mics.
He was taking his time in this beginning. I think he was like shaking a lot, and most part of the climbers just rushed through it.
Yeah, he wants to make sure of every move here.
Sometimes like it's good to slow down a little bit because then you calm yourself down to get into the route.
I don't think he needs that sometimes. I think he can rush occasionally or just get a bit out into his own head maybe.
I think so.
Big, powerful cross through. Well done by Sasha. There is Vita on the right.
Yeah, first time I went to an IFSC observation route, so like an on-site try, I read the route with Sasha. It was like really cool experience to share that with him.
He's very, very knowledgeable, isn't he?
Yeah.
Here is Vita. Hits. She's got easily through that lower move. Oh, that's a mistake from her. Missed the jib with the left hand. Oh, that's devastating. We'll have to wait and see where she is. It might be enough. We'll see. Sasha trying to get this clip in. Oh, we went from no drama to complete drama here.
Oh no. Sasha, that's going to be hard to clip.
It is going to be hard. He gets it in now though, but that's... Oh, no, he hasn't got there. He gets it. Big moves from Sasha.
Wow. Good, good, good.
And Vita Lucan is outside of the top 8.
Oh no. Okay, Sasha might recover a little bit now.
Yeah, he needs to shake here, doesn't he? But those feet are not on a lot. Well, right foot's on nothing. I don't know if the left foot's on something.
I think he's just compressing. Yeah.
Yeah, like leg powerfully pushing in. No, yeah, you're right. There's nothing for the left.
Nice.
Great work from Sasha. This is a hard move. He slaps and falls.
He's in, right?
Yes, I think he should be in. So, final for Sasha. Having just a couple of delays here. It's why I'm not confirming stuff. Because do remember appeals and stuff come through.
Sure.
Oh, look, yeah, well, I don't think she missed it. I think she committed to going into the corner. So why? That was a decision in the moment, I think.
so.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Because it's not like she missed it by a bit. She fully went into the corner.
So I think sometimes the shapes of the holds kind of indicates where you should grab, and that also like what some brands have been playing with. For example, there's a brand called Illusion that they make you think the sweet spot of the hold is in some part because of how it is designed, and you just grab it wrong because it's not there.
Yeah, there's so many things that well, both route setters and hold makers are trying to come up with.
Exactly.
I mean, in the World Champs, we saw no text holds entirely.
Cool.
It was different for sure.
I just don't like people licking their hands to stick more.
I know. I do know what you mean. I like the innovation. I'm not sure I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, Jane Kim, 34. She's on the top spot at the moment. Brilliant from her. She'll be in another final. You heard Sasha shouting as he left the stage, so he's through as well. Shion Onmata is out for the men. And Natsuki Tani, who climbed really, really well in qualies, is out as well. But I've watched Natsuki Tani not commit to sort of physical jumpy sequences a lot this year.
Oh, I think I missed that.
Yeah, so hopefully she's learned something from that. She's just going to go for these moves. Because when she commits, she gets it done. It's just she hesitates.
Yeah, I think she wants it so bad that she really don't want to risk it.
Yeah, I think so too. He needs to let go a little, maybe. So final 3 athletes out before we will say goodbye. Speed coming quite soon after this. Under 2 hours until speed, so if you're watching, don't go anywhere. Just put us on in the back. I mean, we won't be talking for 2 hours, obviously. But we will, I hope not, anyway. But we will we'll be back later on this evening for that speed final. So Natsuki easy through the bottom part of the route. Shionamata as well, cruising as you'd expect down low. But the first hard moves for Natsuki Tani will come in a second. It's coming right now, in fact. So how will she work this out? Need to do something pretty powerful to get over.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Oh yeah,
nice
much
commitment
better.
for her.
Yeah.
I think when you realize there is like a pattern of things that you got to improve, you just go for it and try to work as much as you can.
Yeah, we see that a lot. You know,
Yeah.
people like Brooke working on more
Yeah,
powerful movements
I think
and
so.
dynamic sections. And Natsuki is bumping her hand up, trying to get a heel in. Changes her mind. Oh, this is a risky move. Snatches for it and gets it, so she did commit to it. Shion unwinds easy from him with the left foot.
Yeah, it looks like a warm-up.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? We saw Sasha like face grimacing with how hard that was. And Shion did not make that look difficult. Natsuki Tani wraps the left hand, comes out into the shoulder move. Good work from her so far. Love that move with the left foot up. Natsuki Tani just struggling with that clip there. Shionamata approaches the knee bar. Yeah, a lot of rubber left behind for the climbers. Holds the swing. Doesn't need it yet. No, he's not going to use it at all. And once you've dropped down, you can't go back up on this. So he commits to the campus, and really, he's making this look very easy.
Yeah, he does.
Big move from Natsuki Tani, up from the heel, hits the edge, gets the toe hook locked in. Keep your eye on the left, and now for the first time we're seeing Shionamata start to struggle. He'll want a shakeout soon, surely. He hasn't really stopped climbing yet.
He's moving so precise. It's crazy.
Oh! That came quickly. It's for Natsuki Tani. Checks the time to make sure she's okay on that one. She is. How will she do this? She could fit in that space where you get the heel in.
I think so, yeah.
It's kind of her size of space, so let's see.
Maybe for her, the knee bar that Miho used could be really good.
Yeah, good point. She's not using it yet. Has that right foot around the rope. Hits the crimp. And gets the toe. And that is another crux done for Natsuki Tani. So the jump coming up. Should be able to flow through the next couple of moves.
Yeah, it's so much better to commentate when you're looking just for one person.
It's hard to get two in your mind, isn't it? She's into the first volcano. She's in 7th place.
Nice.
Not confirmed yet with 2 athletes to go. Needs to go a bit higher here.
Wow, that's impressive.
Supremely confident at the moment. Sets herself for the jump deep into the volcano.
Good work.
All right, well, we've seen 2 athletes fall on the next sloper, and this clip is tricky, but look at that, standing right up on the toe.
True.
And gets it in. Hits the left.
Good work. There you go.
We could see a top here.
Nice. Solid.
Needs to get the quick draw in. Oh, had a slip with the right foot before she got it. It was real close, but pulls the rope up, clips it through, and that is our first top of the afternoon. Brilliant. And a definite final. And as we said, in terms of the final coming up, topping it, very, very important.
Big
Oh, Natsuki Tani through. Brilliant work. Another Japanese athlete makes it. Let's see Shion Omata's fall. He suddenly got tired. Didn't really use the best of rests.
I feel like he overcomplicated too much this sequence.
That was the final hold. It's a good lull, but that right foot for a moment slipped. See, quick draw, looped around the top bar. You have to clip that. She does.
Yeah.
Well, she'll leave the stage very happy and go away and have a rest before tomorrow evening. And we can see our top 8. Top 8 for the man. Tell you what's impressive, Sebastian Helenke has been in the top 8 all the way from the beginning. He was the first athlete out. He's still there, just. I have a feeling though with Serato and Taisai coming, he might get pushed down. But you never know.
No, I was going to say that actually Serato was the second climber after myself, and he climbed the same route that I did. It was really cool to like see his progression through the route after I just climbed it.
Yeah, could you see differences in the way he climbed?
I think so, a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, he climbs so relaxed, like he just passive all the moves. It's crazy.
A lot of people, because ask about Yanya with athletes, and every athlete I've talked to about Yanya is like, no, it's just a privilege watching her be that good because they learn something from it. And I guess it's the same when you see someone like Serato.
Yeah, for sure.
I would get very jealous of a 16-year-old being that good, but obviously you've dealt with it more maturely.
Yeah, I mean, it's an inspiration for sure.
Well, he's coming in a bit. Taisai Hama looked good, really good in qualies, and he's through in second place. He definitely has the endurance for this route.
Yeah, and he's coming back from big injury too. Like this season was his comeback. He's doing really, really well.
Yeah, that left ankle of his, you'll see it, how taped up it is. He tore everything in it, so that's very, very bad. Nia Krampel approaches the wall. She's on a run of form as well.
I think he recovered from it so good that you don't see the tape anymore.
No, he's taken it off. You're right, yeah, because it was on in qualies, and then it's not on now. So there we go. He's fixed, like magic. But he has been wearing that tape all season. I mean, he was surprised to come back as quickly as he did, and once I found out about that, I was watching him heel hook, like so nervous about him doing that. Obviously, it's not too bad. Here is Mia Krampel.
I was so sad for Mia in copper because in finals she had like an early fall, like unexpected.
Oh, the slip, yes. Yeah, she weighted her right foot a bit too early and just went tumbling down into 8th place. And yeah, there was tears everywhere from that, not only from her but from most of the audience who really wanted her to get through. So she'll be out for revenge here. Taisai, as expected, will cruise down low. Some endurance left in the tank for that man.
There's a little bit of tape left. So.
Yeah, a tiny bit. There's a bit of K tape down the back, and then I think some of that beige tape you can see there coming up from the bottom, but nowhere near as much as he had. So it's definitely different, you're right. Recovering well, clearly, is Taisai Hama. I'm looking forward to seeing Mia on the heel hooks. Different method through there as well, just straight up with the left leg. So far, so steady from both athletes. No issues. Ooh, as I said it, Mia has a little bobble. Why not with the left hand as well, that makes the match. Taisei wearing those trousers as well. It's interesting how essential that knee bar seemed.
Yeah.
But some athletes just have a bit more in the tank, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Although we've seen a few people not get it in and then start to struggle here, so perhaps the difficulty kicks up a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go, big slip. And yeah, as we've seen a few times, suddenly things get more serious as they start to come through here.
I think Mia's off.
Yeah, I think Mia fell. There was a big crowd shout. I think she's gone. So we'll stick with Taisei Hama as he drags on the volumes. And he's finding something back here. Similar position to where Sasha was.
True.
He's in 5th, so he's through. Martin Stranik, though, in 8th. Oh, Sebastian Helenke pushed out of the top 8 finally. Now that is our current top 8, and it's not going to change that much. Only Serato can push Martin Stranik out of the top 8 for the men.
Come on, Taisei.
Oh, he made that look simple. So many people throwing outright, and he just did it statically. He's nearing the high point. 40 puts him in 2nd place now. Blocked crimps to come, though. And suddenly you've got to go from open hand moves into really sharp crimps.
Really sharp crimps, yeah. Probably not the best friction, too. Wow, he's looking good. That's high point.
Total control into 1st place. We might see our 2nd top.
Wow, good work.
He's almost, oh, get it in, Taisei. I was about to say, he almost looked disappointed with how easy it was and then nearly missed the top clip. That was nervy for a sec. Taisei Hama is through, gets the clip done. Oh, I wish everyone would stop nearly falling off at the top. Well, two athletes.
Yeah, if my fingertips were sweating before, now it's dripping.
Yeah, you guys don't know what you put us through in the commentary box sometimes. It's scary. Like, just, oh, there was the fall from Mia, so it was the heel that did her. And this was the top from Taisei. Hits the last goose hold. And then, look, had a little indication and then just swung. I think he was easy. Look, he's never going to let go of that left hand. It's a good hold.
Must be a joke, yeah.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
Well, final athletes, and they are both probably some of the, well, two of the biggest names in climbing right now. Serato and Raku for the men, and Ai Mori for the women. Ai Mori, a little more underground, less open than Serato. She doesn't have an Instagram. Yeah. No one knows what she's doing. I quite like it. Yeah. As a journalist, not so much, but, you know, it's underground.
Yeah. I only saw her training, like, in Tomoa's video, like, in the Tami YouTube channel.
Yeah, no, she's just so unknown. I think that's why people are really drawn to her. She's a mystery. Here we go. Final athletes, last ones to make an impact on our top 8 before we'll be able to tell you who's provisionally in.
Serato straight to the business.
Yeah, didn't really read it, did he? Let's see if he's in his normal, casual state. And Ai Mori quickly starting, putting through those first couple of holes into the crimps, which he'll definitely enjoy these crimps. You can match outrageously small things.
Yeah.
Ai Mori is underneath the big green volume. Both climbers slow and steady at the moment. Oh, an eye on that left one-arm hang. Scrunched up underneath. A lot of people talk about her being a shorter climber. The setters do take that into consideration, and certainly some of these sections Ai Mori will fit into really nicely.
Yeah. You can also find rest that most powerful climbers can't.
Yeah, good point, yeah. There's a big move from Aimori. Gets the toe in, holds it there, wraps that right hand in. Look at the fact she can just hang off that pinch. What a great hold. I know the toe is good, but still. Back to Serato. Aimori is nearing the first crux though. She swings outwards, gets the heel in now. It's interesting when they climb because they're not always the most like dramatic. They just get on with it, you know. And Serato certainly, I never know when Serato's going to fall. He just suddenly gets pumped. A different body position from him, and just had a little moment before he dropped down there. Is one move away from the bottom crux though. Serato bumps up with the right hand into the pinch.
Oh, there's like a tick mark in the volume, like 2 tick marks.
Oh yeah, on the left and right. Yeah. I think that left one is for the toes. You can see.
Also for the bump, I think, before the jib.
Yeah, the setter's been quite kind with that one. And the athletes can't leave tick marks. Can only be the setters. In that shape. Oh, misses the crimp, hit the corner first of all. So she might have got sucked into the trap, but she dealt with it.
I wonder if it's hard to see from, like, same thing that happened to Luca that we were, to Vita that we were discussing.
Yeah. Yeah, it could just be a bit blind, maybe.
Yeah.
The thing is, it looks like, as you said, like these holds, they look better than they perhaps are. Those angles you think would be good to grab onto. So Serato is nearing the head wall now. He's on the lip. Aimori is on the volcanoes. Sets herself for the jump, hits it. Thank you for the split screen. Serato crosses through with the right, onto the sharp crimps now, over to the left. He's a move away, hits it with the right hand, gets the left. Serato tops out. Great. Oh, look, he's barely breathing like that. Well, Serato is through and with the top. Aimori as well is nearing the top. One hard move to go. She's going to go up with the right hand. This could leave her in some problems, but she makes it work with a stretch.
Nice.
Well, awesome way to finish the semi-final. 2 tops from 2 Japanese athletes, and the 2 favourites on paper make another statement about their quality. Aimori comes down. She's through. People will wait for the scoreboard here and see who's in the top 8, but a fascinating semi-final.
Very good round.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nice route. That was Serato cruising at the top. And look, just, I can't even see any pump. He's just having a good time up there. It's outrageous. And this was Aimori's top. Hit the right hand, which was a bit of a trap, but dealt with it. Rocked up on that left foot, trusting it well, into the jug, and then an easy last flip.
Stretched arms.
And a bit of a wave there with that left arm. So great work all round for the athletes. The audience start to leave, and we'll have one last look at confirmation. So Taisei Hame, Serato and Raku. Yun Chang Song, I'm not quite sure why Serato isn't ahead there, it should be. Yun Chang Song, Sasha Lehmann, Ao Yurikuza, Nicolas Collin as we go through. As we come down the list of names there. So that's the top 8 as it stands. Do remember things can change around and alter. So this might not be the final results. We'll wait and see. Philip Martin down at the bottom at 19. His early slip costing him dear. In last place for the semis. And for the women, there is our top 8. Aimori, Natsuki Tani, Zhang Kim, Jessica Piltz, Futaba Ito, Mihona Naka, Yutang Zhang, and Manon Healy make up our top 8. Fanny Gibert pushed outside just, but good work from her. When we come down, Mia Krampel, 22 plus, earlier slip than expected from her. Ryu Nakagawa as well, down in 20 with 20. Down at the bottom, Vari Kremer, 11 plus, the lowest fall. Good work from her. Well, thank you so much for joining me here in the commentary box. It's been a pleasure.
Nice, thank you.
And I cannot wait till we go to Brazil for a World Cup.
Yeah, I'm waiting you guys there. Also you, man.
Thank you very much. Well, good luck with the Pan Ams.
We'll
say goodbye and be back with the speed in about an hour and 15 minutes. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.
suis devant le micro de Matt, donc je parle, je génère audio pour la Coupe du Monde de lead et de split à Wujiang en Chine, un pays merveilleux que j'ai l'occasion de visiter avec grand plaisir. Et j'espère ne pas forcément revenir trop vite ou tout simplement ne pas revenir, je sais pas. Je sais pas quoi raconter, alors je vais te lire la start list des